recently bought a polishing kit from the guys at luxmetal.com and I figured to give it a try and see how it works. They also sell this bench mount to use with a regular drill, and although I have a bench polisher, this seemed pretty practical and the wheel change seemed pretty fast, so I'll give it a try. This kit comes with 3 wheels and 3 corresponding polishing compounds. One set for the rough pass, the second for a medium polish, and the third for the mirror shine. Behind the package there are all the info on how to use them. Once the drill is in position, I start with the first wheel, labeled letter A, and load it with the corresponding compound. Since it's a new wheel, some of the stitched rope comes apart, but it should settle in a few spins. Useless to say that eye protection during this process is imperative. As you can see, the wheel immediately starts to get dark, sign that it's removing material. Make sure you don't remove too much, especially with this high cutting wheel compound combo. Every once in a while I have to reload the wheel with the compound, and eventually it will need to be cleaned with a proper brush that I don't have at the moment. Even at this speed you can see little pieces of rope flying off the wheel, so remember to wear glasses. Once satisfied with the results obtained with the first wheel, I set up the second one, marked with the letter B, and load the B compound. After a few seconds of working the piece with this wheel, you can already see the shine coming through. Very promising. Don't forget to pay enough attention to the sides too. These are the details that give the piece that extra sparkle. You're watching the process sped up by about 10 times, but it took about 5 minutes per wheel to complete. The last wheel is the final polished, marked with the letter C with this super fine compound. It's an unstitched cloth disc, very soft and flexible so you can reach deep into the recesses and give a mirror finish. You can already see how the hands reflect on the part. I have to say the results are excellent. I probably should have spent a little more time with the sanding sponge before polishing, but you know what they say, a project will come out as good as much time you're willing to put into it. And that was it for me on this one. Now let me take a second to remind you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done that, and click the like button if you actually like what you're seeing, because that's how I support the show. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the project.
Put the like button.
Just like for the foot peg support, it's now time for the polishing process, using the new polishing kit from www.lux-metal.com. The kit includes 3 wheels and 3 corresponding polishing compounds to gradually bring the piece to the perfect shine. I start with the first set of wheel and compound, marked A for roughing. After about 5 minutes, this is the result. Then, after a quick switch to the blue wheel and compound, marked with the letter B, I start polishing again. After just a few seconds of work, you can already see the difference between the right side, polished with this wheel, and the left one, polished only with the previous wheel. But let's keep going. After another 5 to 10 minutes, this is the result. It's pretty shiny, but the reflections are still a little blurry. So let's continue with the last wheel and compound, marked letter C, for the final treatment. And another 5 minutes later, and the piece is done with a mirror finish. In this shot you can see how clearly the screwdriver is reflected on the aluminum surface. Pretty freaking cool if you ask me. Here are a before and after treatment shots. You might notice that it even removed the markings from the CNC machine from the recesses. Pretty hard to reach with a regular sanding product. I want to give props to the guys at www.lux-metal.com for putting together a great product at a very fair price. Check out their site to find this kit along with all different size wheels and other restoration products for your bike and car.